Hello, and welcome to Loretta Makes a Million. Let's see how my trades did in the month of March. This is the very first month of my $1 Million Challenge. You will see that I start with a $50,000 account that I may add capital to in the future. In this video, I go into a lot more detail about calculating profit and loss that I'm not going to do in future videos. You can come back to this video as a profit and loss reference. For the month of March 2015, I had an overall profit of 1.6% or $762.90 after commissions. I have a modest profit this month, but a win is a win and the account can grow from here. Continue watching this video to see my trades and to see how I calculated the profit. On March 26, 2015, I received the following trade alerts. You will note that the expiration month is May 2015. You will also notice that the first trade is a credit spread and the second trade is an iron condor. My account balance on March 26, 2015 was $50,000. I was unable to get the credit spread and iron condor to fill on March 26th. Sometimes you can't get your orders to fill on the same day that you receive the trade alert. If that is the case, try to get the orders to fill the next day. On March 27th, my orders filled. I allocated about half of my account to the credit spread and the other half to the iron condor. I received the target credits for both of the trades. Let's take a closer look at how my credit spread and iron condor orders filled. Here is the date and time that the order filled. In this case, the order filled on March 27, 2015 at 7:49 a.m. Here is the type of order. You will recall that a credit spread is a type of vertical spread. Here you will see the number of contracts. The total number of contracts is 27. Sometimes the order will not fill all at once. In this case, the order filled in 4 tranches. This is an example of multiple fills of a single order. It is considered one trade. I only entered in one order for 27 contracts, but the broker filled the order in tranches of various sizes. I had no control over how the order would fill, and neither will you. This is nothing to worry about. So, put in the order for the number of contracts you want to fill, and your orders might fill either all at once or in smaller batches. The underlying is RUT. The expiration month is May 2015. Here are the strikes of the credit spread. Here is the credit. Now let's take a closer look at the iron condor. This order filled on March 27, 2015 at 10:53 a.m. The order is an iron condor. The number of contracts is 27. I put my order on for 27 contracts and my order filled one time for 27 contracts. The underlying is RUT. The expiration month is May 2015. Here are the strikes of the iron condor. Here is the credit. On March 30, 2015, I received the following closing order for the iron condor. 15 contracts closed for a debit of $1.95. 12 contracts closed for a debit of $1.92. I put on one order for a $1.95 debit that filled in 2 fills. One fill was at my requested debit of $1.95, and one fill was at a better debit of $1.92. My broker gave me a better fill that I even asked for on 12 contracts. Now let's calculate the loss for the iron condor. On March 27, 2015, I sold to open 27 contracts of the May 2015 iron condor for a $1.55 credit. On March 30, 2015, I bought to close 15 contracts of the iron condor for a $1.95 debit and I bought to close 12 contracts for a $1.92 debit. Let's take a look at how to calculate the dollar loss and the percent loss of this trade. The risk for this trade is $22,815. Here is how the risk is derived. You subtract the $1.55 credit you received when you sold the iron condor from the $10 width of the spread, which would equal $8.45. $8.45 times 27 contracts times 100 units of RUT would equal a risk of $22,815. Now let's see how much money I lost in this trade. The loss for the 15 contracts that I bought for a $1.95 debit is $600. Here is how the loss is derived. You subtract the $1.55 credit I received when I sold the iron condor from the $1.95 debit I paid to close the iron condor, which would equal a debit of 40 cents. 40 cents times 15 contracts times 100 units of RUT would equal $600. The loss for the 12 contracts that I bought for a $1.92 debit is $444. Here is how the loss is derived. You subtract the $1.55 credit I received when opening the iron condor from the $1.92 debit I paid to close the iron condor, which would equal a debit of 37 cents. 37 cents times 12 contracts times 100 units of RUT would equal $444. The total loss for the 27 contracts is $1,044. Now let's calculate the percent loss. The dollar loss divided by the risk is equal to percent loss. $1,044 divided by $22,815 would equal 4.6%. So, for the month of March, the iron condor trade lost 4.6% or $1,044. On April 10, 2015, I received the following closing order for the credit spread. All 27 contracts closed for a debit of 38 cents. The position closed in 7 fills. The risk for this trade is $24,030. Here is how the risk is derived. You subtract the $1.10 credit you received when you sold the credit spread from the $10 width of the spread, which would equal $8.90. $8.90 times 27 contracts times 100 units of RUT would equal a risk of $24,030. Now let's calculate the dollar profit of this trade. You subtract the 38-cent debit you paid to buy back the credit spread from the $1.10 credit, which would equal a credit of 72 cents. 72 cents times 27 contracts times 100 units of RUT would equal a profit of $1,944. Now let's calculate the percent profit. The dollar profit divided by the risk will give you the percent profit. In this case, $1,944 divided by $24,030 would equal a percent profit of 8.1%. So, for the month of March 2015, the credit spread made a profit of 8.1% or $1,944. Now let's calculate the total profit of both trades. The total risk of both trades is $46,845. The $24,030 risk of the credit spread plus the $22,815 risk of the iron condor would give you a total risk of $46,845. You then subtract the $1,044 loss from the $1,944 profit, which would equal a $900 profit before commissions. After commissions, the profit is $762.90. $762.90 divided by 46,845 would give you a percent profit of 1.6%. So, for the month of March 2015, I had an overall profit of 1.6% or $762.90 after commissions. This is a small profit, but any profit is a good profit. I will include my commission fees in all of my overall profit and loss calculations. Please note that my commission fees may differ from your commission fees. In closing, let's see how I did in my first month of the $1 Million Challenge. After 1 month, I have an ending balance of $50,763. My monthly return is 1.5% of the $50,000 starting balance of the account. The blue area of the bar represents the starting balance of the account. The green portion of the bar represents the profit for the month. I will update this chart every month, and we can look at it together to see how I'm doing. Thanks for watching my March 2015 challenge update. Check back next month to see how I did in April. That's all for now. Thanks for joining me on my $1 Million journey.